Hey everybody, it's Tom, and back again with a comic book haul. It was about 3 weeks ago since I had my last video, and I took a peek on my channel today, and I saw that video has like over 1,000 views for some reason, which is a lot for me. So thank you everybody who's been watching. I'm also now up over 1,750 subs, on my way to 2,000, so that's pretty cool. And thanks for that as well. Today's haul will be just a hodgepodge of some different things that I found at the flea market, and a couple of local shop pickups, and I went to a yard sale that was a comic book yard sale. The guy has this yard sale twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. So I picked up quite a few things from there. But first, I just want to show some random things I picked up. Picked up this Mecha Godzilla. Pretty cool figure. It's in scale with my other Godzillas, the Monster Arts figures. Perfect scale with those. I went to Five Below looking for some comic packs. Didn't find them, but I found that for $5. Anytime you can find a Vader for $5, I'm picking it up. So I thought that was pretty cool. It comes with that Imperial droid as well. That's a lot of toy for $5. So I got those. Picked up a couple of movies. John Wick 3 and Underworld, the first one. Didn't have a Blu-ray copy of the first Underworld movie with Kate Beckinsale. Picked that up for $5. Went to Englishtown Flea Market about 2 weeks ago. Found 0 comic books, but I did find this this Popeye plate. Those of you who know me know that I'm a big Popeye collector. Used to be bigger into Popeye. This plate is from 1979. It was numbered. I don't know to how many, but that one is 3,720. So that was cool. That was a $5 pickup. Okay. Let us begin with. Let's start with some flea market pickups. And I've picked these up over the past couple of weeks, so I kind of don't remember the cost of a lot of them. But I picked up Hulk 456, first appearance of Hulk as War Hulk. The Curse of Spawn, number 12, first appearance of this character where she becomes the female Spawn. I think she is that now. I haven't read the current issues of Spawn yet. And then I found this, an early cameo of Kamala Khan. Wonder Woman 18, first appearance of Cersei. And I didn't spend more than $1, I think, on most of these books. These next couple of books, I paid $1 a piece for them as well. And I thought they were in better shape, but they were in those dirty old bags. And then when I got them home, they were pretty low grade. Marvel Spotlight 21, 23, and 24. They all have various condition issues. Batman 475, first Renee Montoya. I don't know why I keep picking this up, but if I find them in quarter bins, I pick them up. Adventures of Superman 496, the first cameo of Doomsday. Here's a book that I was happy to find. This book had more steam to it a few months back. Rune versus Venom, first appearance of Venom with the wings. Batman 457, first Damian Wayne on cover. Another book that had more heat, maybe 6 months or so ago. War of the Gods, number 1. I think this book became hot when George Perez was announcing his retirement. Incredible Hulk 346, found that for $1. Just a McFarlane cover. I keep picking this book up, and I got to keep telling myself not to, as I keep thinking it's something, but it's not. All-Star Squadron number 21. I've got 3 or 4 copies of this in my collection for some reason. I thought it was a first appearance of somebody, but it is not, or at least not according to Key Collector app. Picking up anything She-Hulk. So we got 34 and 36. My first time finding this, Daredevil number 9, first Echo, who becomes Ronin. This book I was super happy to find for $5. It's got some condition issues on the back. It needs a cleaning because the white on the back of the book has got a bunch of black in it from being, I think, just sliding back and forth on other books. But Marvel .1, first Kamala Khan. I keep finding this book now. Green Lantern 48, first Kyle Rayner. I picked this up. Guy had a box full of books. I think they were 50 cents a piece. I only bought it because I don't have any DC Universe variants, so this is my first one of those. He had like 20 copies of this book as the DC Universe variant, and this was the nicest one in the box. I wasn't going to buy, multiple copies of it. It was the kind of the thing where, you don't have a lot of choices to choose from. Not many guys were selling comics, and I wanted to come away with something. Luckily, a little bit later on in the flea market, I found some stuff like this book here. I got this book for $1. Gen 13 Special Edition. I believe this is the first cameo or first appearance of Danger Girl. This book was a little bit hotter, again, a few months back as well. Lady Rawhide, number 3, cool Adam Hughes cover. Gen 13, number 19. Yeah, my eyes are bad. Number 19, early J. Scott Campbell cover. But then I got fooled on this one. I thought this was early Campbell as well, but it's not. But it was only $1. I was glad to find this one, and then when I got it home, I found out there was some condition issues. I think I paid $5, maybe a little less for it. Lady Mechanica, number 1, J. Scott Campbell cover, but it's got that on it there. Like another book was stuck to it, I think, at the time. But still, I was happy to pick up another copy of that. My second copy of this, and both copies are in pretty rough shape. This one's a newsstand. Both copies that I had found were not in a bag nor a board. But every time I find a key issue, I pick it up if I'm finding it cheap. So if you can see here, it's got some issues up there as well. So eventually I'll find a mint copy of that, but for now those will be placeholders. This awesome Art Adams, Red Sonja, number 25. And then just a couple of more flea market grabs. 2 copies of Lady Rawhide, number 1, great Adam Hughes covers. And then some more Art Adams goodness. These are not the risque variants. I would love to find those, but these are the virgin covers for, it's either Warlord of Mars or Deja Thoris, but awesome covers by Art Adams. If I ever see him in a con again, I'm going to get them signed. And then, rounding out the first batch of flea market goodies. Marvel Preview number 21. I only paid $2 for this. And it's got that. Maybe a press could help this. But I wasn't going to leave that behind for $20, for $2. Not at all. And then this is something that I thought was more than what it is. Free Comic Book Day of Mouse Guard. I thought there is, I think, a Free Comic Book Day version of Mouse Guard that's got some money to it. This is not that. All right. What else do we have? We could show some LCS pickups. I got a couple of those. Let's see. Let me grab those. Sorry, my chair is noisy. It sounds terrible. All right. There was a big dark crystal craze going on. So I picked that up for $10 at my local shop. This is the first appearance of Dr. Druid since the Golden Age. You never know what's going to happen, in the Doctor Strange universe, what characters they're going to introduce. They're going to introduce, Brother Voodoo, Dr. Druid. Dr. Druid was the leader of the Avengers for a minute. So, I figured any Bronze Age first appearances are worth grabbing. Found this in their dollar bin. It's an underground comic from the early 70s. It turns out to be, and I did some research on it, the first published work of Rick Veitch, Veitch, and he did a lot of work on Swamp Thing apparently. It has some definitely more than $1 value to it. I only picked it up because it was an underground comic from the early 70s. And then some more local stuff. Batwoman, the dollar comics. Actually enjoyed the first episode. It didn't get good reviews, but I liked it. But then again, I'm not hard to impress. That was just a freebie. And then the comic shop news. I'm looking forward to that issue of Vampirella. This was cool though. I might find a way to hang this up on one of my doors or something. Kiss Zombies. I think I'll get that when that comes out. Then some other local, current pickups. I don't know how that goes. Like that. So that's pretty cool. Batman 77 first print. There was the Alfred scenario there. Chastity number 1. I think that's a 1 in 10. I got that for cover for my J. Scott Campbell collection. Speaking of J. Scott Campbell, we got Spawn 300 and Black Cat number 5. All right. So, what do we got? We're at 13 minutes here. So I'm trying to speed along here. Don't want to keep folks glued to the video very long. Though I personally enjoy a longer video if it's got content that I particularly enjoy. Just make some room. All right. So let's see. I got a couple of books through the mail. This one I got from the Comic Mint. It's the Shannon Mayer variant for Black Widow number 1. I would have liked to have gotten the Virgin cover for that. And then a friend of mine picked this up for me at New York Comic Con. Erod was going to pick me up one as well, but luckily he didn't have to. And he wouldn't have to worry about shipping it to me and all that. I had somebody close to me that was going, and he picked it up and delivered it to my house. So got that, I think that was $30 with the signature. And now, the books that I got from the yard sale. Most of the books were 33 cents, $1, and $2. The 33-cent books were obviously 3 for $1. The dollar books were 15 for 10, and then $2 stayed at $2. So just some of the 33 centers. I'm out of bags and boards. So Batman 41, 42, 45. I didn't know if I already had these or not, but I wasn't going to leave them at 33 cents. 46, 48, 49. New Teen Titans number 23. I actually thought this was in better shape until I got it home and out of the bag. First Blackfire. And then number 22, first cameo of Blackfire. Another 33-cent book, Disney Primer. First appearance of Xcalibur for $1. JSA Classified, number 1, Amanda Connor, main cover. I think there's an Adam Hughes cover for this as well. Let's see. Let's grab some more of these. Oops, books are spilling here. 1 second, folks. All right. Some other 33 centers. Another copy of this. I had one of these in my last video. Batman 43, first Mr. Bloom. This is in low grade, rough grade. It's also got a crease on the back cover. But I looked this up in the Key Collector app because I thought it was the first appearance of the mask. It's not, but Key Collector app has it listed as a $30 book. It's the first from the first series featuring the mask. What else we got? Another 33 center. I always see people on YouTube picking this up, and Green Lantern 25. I've yet to find Green Lantern 25, but I got this. First cameo of Jessica Cruz, I believe is the name. This is a book that I was absolutely floored in finding in his long box. When I got there, there were already 10 people there looking through the dollar books and $2 books. I blew past all the 33-cent stuff, paid for all my, quote, priced books, and then as I was leaving, I decided, let me look through the, the 6 or 7 long boxes he had full of 33-cent books, and found this in there with no bag or board. It survived 20 plus people looking through the boxes, and it is as you can see, the teardrop variant. This book was bigger at one time than it is now. It's like a $10 book though that I picked up for 33 cents. So I was very happy to find that. Green Lantern $1.95. I think it's the first time Guy Gardner becomes a Green Lantern. Return of the Jedi number 1. That was $1 or 33 cents. I think $1. New Mutants 88, second appearance of Cable. And then some other 33 centers. Batman Europa. I got the Iceman mini-series in the 15 for 10 deal. So we got number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1. I think number 1 and number 3 are the key issues to that run. By key, I mean we're talking $5 books, I think. I found this Venom 150. This is a book that's listed as a $10 book on the Key Collector app. I picked that up for $1. And let's see, we got here bunch of other 33-cent books, and I picked some of these up in my last video as well. Anytime I see Michael Turner stuff on the cheap, whether I have it or not, I'm picking it up. So Identity Crisis number 5, number 2, number 6, and number 1. He also had, I just noticed it's in a wizard bag. I wonder if this, I was just checking to make sure it's not signed. That'd be a kick in the pants, wouldn't it? No, it's just in a wizard bag. That would have been funny. He also had in the 33-cent boxes, and I don't know why I didn't grab it, the whole set of the Justice set, I forgot the Alex Ross series. Cool jock cover, Batman number 44. And then a bunch of these. Unfortunately, there was no Ghost Rider 28, but we got all the pieces to the Rise of the Midnight Suns. I got 2 copies of 31, so that was part 6. We got part 5. 2 copies. Part 4. Part 3 with Morbius. And part 2. So we're missing just number Ghost Rider 28. And then I picked up, let's see, am I missing one? Hold on 1 second. Here we go. I was very happy to find this. I was a huge fan of this magazine when it was on the newsstands. Toy Fair. This was the first issue. It still has the Star Wars poster in there and the America Online disc. It was opened, but 33 cents. I was glad to grab that. And then there were 3 packs of these that had 5 copies in each bag. I actually at first thought it was the whole run, but it's not. So I wound up picking up 15 copies of Pacific Presents Rocketeer. So 2 copies there, and then a butt ton of the other ones. I looked through each one of them hoping that there would be a signature in one of them, but sadly there was not. And then the last of the 33 centers was a random Lady Death issue that was actually on the Key Collector app. Also picked up on Batman Day this book and that book, so I was able to grab both of those. And then some more of the dollar books that I got at the yard sale. Batman Mask of the Phantasm. It's got some spine ticks to it. This is, and it's definitely been read. It's the prestige format copy, but for $1 wasn't going to leave that. This was a book that I was so happy to find. There's 2 versions of this. There's this trade paperback issue, which I regretfully got, and the regular issue with this cover. The regular issue is like a $200 book, but I'm happy with this. I didn't have this cover in my Adam Hughes collection, so that was $1. And then the last few were $2. So there was about, like I said, 10 guys digging through those boxes before I actually got into them. And this is what was left behind for me. A nice Batman filler issue. Nothing special there. But then we got Secret Wars number 7. And then 2 copies of Secret Wars number 3, regular and newsstand. First appearance of Titania. She's the She-Hulk villain, or could be potentially the She-Hulk villain in the TV series. This is a book I've been looking for. Cap 192. First appearance of the character who plays Moonstone. This was a book I was surprised was still there after everybody was digging. Cap 323. It's like my third or fourth copy of this now. First appearance of John Walker. And finally, my first Mark Jewelers variant. So a guy next to me was digging through the long boxes and found a Thor with a Mark Jewelers in it. So anytime I came across a Bronze Age Thor while digging, I was opening it up and looking, and luckily I found this one. And it's in nice shape too, for $2. So that's my haul, guys. Nothing that's going to knock your socks off, but some nice books for the collection, for the PC. This coming weekend, I'm going to go to Baltimore Comic-Con. Hopefully, I'll pick up some nice stuff there. And again, thank you so much for watching my videos. Can't believe that many people actually watched my video last time around, and I'm closing in on 2,000 subscribers. So thanks again for that. And until next time, we'll see you guys. Bye for now.